think we've seen a very positive picture in terms of the purchase of EV vehicles. I think 1 in 6 vehicles bought so far in 2021 was an EV in some form or another. So I think the demand is there, and it will be driving a lot of installation work. I think there is a need for a better understanding of the regulations around EV specific requirements, and that ties into the need for training and guidance material to support the kind of deployment to a standard and quality that we would all kind of expect and want.
Obviously, a massive need to address the skills required for installing electric vehicle charge points. It's really important that installers that are considering getting into this industry or may already be within this do have that specific training.
Yes, it is quite hard to find someone with EV background. You know, it's a fairly new business. Although it has had a massive boom recently, and it will carry on to boom, you know, there's not a great deal of electricians and people out there which have got the experience around it. You know.
If that standard or competency was formally recognised, do you think it would benefit your organisation moving forward as far as recruiting appropriate quality of staff into your business?
100%. I think it really would, because safety comes first. Safety is always first with connected curb. And yeah, I think if we had a governing kind of qualification that we could refer to, or if as soon as I saw that on a CV, I'd be very interested in that person, because I know that they know the regulations, they know the EV field, and I'd definitely be willing to speak to someone like that. If they did the sitting guilds, that's a brilliant start. Practical is key for me. I think hands-on is the best way to learn.
You know, privileged to see in my position the speed at which this is taken off. That has surprised everyone. You know, there's as I said, so many innovations. It's happening on the equipment end. Then we've got the operations and the maintenance piece, and we need a workforce that can install this. And there's only a couple of millimeters of plastic between our customers and that amount of energy. So it's a heightened risk, right? There's no new risks. You know, I mean, electrocution, fire. There's nothing new. It's just there's more chance of getting it wrong because we have all these other dimensions at play.
And I must say, I've got to say that all of our people here today have been working on what a new standard of skill standard would look like, and hopefully not too distant future we'll be able to share that with the wider industry.
Help people get trained and accredited, create and shift the bar to a level where we don't learn from tragedy, right?
This is not in your direction, this is from lighting companies. Right, are using semi-skilled guys to bolt EV charging onto lighting columns, you know, and as Paul alluded to earlier on, the gas industry is heavily regulated, and rightly so, because when gas goes wrong, it is catastrophic.
You know, your kit can be as good as anything, but it's the way it's installed. I think this is where the O&M comes in as well. Operation and maintenance. You know, are you maintaining them? Are you going out every 6 months? Are you checking the RCBO, the RCDs every 6 months? Are you going out checking the units, checking around it, making sure it's not physically damaged?
Need to be entirely competent, because people's lives could be at stake. If these devices aren't just in a cupboard in someone's house or under the stairs. These are being exposed to all manner of weather, the elements, and people interacting them. People that may look to abuse them because they're bored. So they need to, like you say, they need to be able to withstand a whole lot of things. I was going to say, I think the onus should be really on the awarding organisations to be the gatekeepers for ensuring that the right level of competency is attained before people do these upskilling courses. And then the certification bodies need to be verifying this.
I think that what we need is we need clear requirements for people to work on this type of equipment. And I think if we can capture that from the experts of the industry, then we need to be able to recognise the people with those capabilities so we select the right people to do the right job.